Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Decline Invite Short Notice. This could have been an email, but it wasn't. I'm your host, the extroverted IT leader, Ryan Drumheller. And today I want to talk about something that honestly has been sitting in the back of my mind more and more lately, especially the more conversations I have with guests or some of the guest appearances that I'm doing. And it's being so dominated by AI in the conversations. But the one part of it that I think that's sticking with me right now is are we starting to lose the human side of AI? Because right now the conversation is, around AI is, moving incredibly fast, right? We're constantly talking about basically faster automation, decisions, deployments, content, everything. I think a lot of the organizations are becoming so obsessed with the speed and efficiency that they're forgetting something pretty critically important, and that businesses still run on humans. The customers are humans, the employees are humans, the leaders are humans. Trust and culture, all humanality traits. And if we're not careful, we're going to start to automate ourselves directly into environments that are cold, disconnected, transactional, and just exhausting. So, one thing I keep seeing is that the belief that AI should replace every interaction possible, right? Every conversation and process and decision, creative function. And that's such a dangerous mindset to be in, because there's a massive difference between using AI to enhance people versus using AI to remove people. Clearly two very different sides of the fence there. AI is absolutely helpful as a tool. It's really great at reducing repetitive work, accelerating your research, improving your workflows. It can help with decision support. It can help you streamline some operational activities, and it can help increase productivity. But some businesses you're starting to see are starting to treat humans like inefficiencies instead of the assets that they absolutely are. And that changes cultural fast. So I have a lot of opinions around that. We'll get to it. I just want to go through some of these points here. But going into it, the human element is what actually builds trust. People still buy from people. People still trust people. People still want the empathy, the communication, the accountability, the leadership, the honesty, the emotional intelligence, real actual conversations. AI can kind of stimulate some of that, but the actual simulation part of that is not the same thing as a human connection. And I think businesses are underestimating how employees will eventually crave authenticity in a world flooded with automation. We're kind of already seeing it. People can feel when responses are actually robotic. The communication is just flat and empty. The leadership is disconnected. The content has no soul behind it. I mean, you can automate communication all day, but trust comes from people. And the hard thing is that leadership is about to matter even more. And that's why I've been so adamant about leadership at the current space that it's in, and it's just only going to magnify it. And we need to be better. But in terms of AI, it's going to make leadership that much more important, because the automation enters the workplace, and the more employees are going to need that clarity, the actual vision, the communication, the emotional intelligence, the psychological safety, the trust, real human leadership. And a lot of organizations are not prepared for that conversation at all. It's not even in their thinking. They're not even thinking about what some of these decisions are going to cause or already are causing. They're just focused like entirely on what can AI do for us. And really they kind of need to shift to like, what kind of environment are we creating around AI? It's a much bigger, question at that point. So AI is doing something else that they're not considering, which is exposing real cultural problems. If your business already had a weak culture, guess what? It just became way worse, already exposing that and more at that point. Because if your organization already struggles with trust or communication or accountability, alignment, transparency, then AI creates fear incredibly fast. As much as it helps do good, it helps magnify the bad as well. Like, your employees will start asking, like, am I going to get replaced? Does leadership actually value me? What happens to my role? What skills actually matter now? And if leadership already can't communicate clearly, during that kind of transition, or just in general, then the organizations are going to create massive anxiety internally. Technology maturity without leadership maturity becomes just incredibly dangerous. And I think this is a good time to hear from our sponsor.
Hello, everyone. Ryan here from Stellarhorn. Let me take a quick second to talk to you about something I see all the time. Most businesses don't actually have a technology problem, they have a leadership problem. They've got systems, tools, even teams in place, but no clear direction, no strategy, and no one connecting technology to the business. That's exactly why I built Stellarhorn Group. I help organizations through fractional CIO leadership, advisory, and project-based work, bringing executive-level technology leadership without the full-time CIO cost. Whether it's strategy, cybersecurity, AI governance, or leading critical initiatives, it's about helping you make better decisions, reduce risk, and actually move forward with confidence. If that sounds like something your organization is dealing with, please reach out. Let's have a conversation. Stellarhorn Group, rare leadership, real results. Technology leadership without the full-time CIO cost.
And now that we're back, the future is going to belong to human leaders. Despite what we're seeing in the industry, that is the truth. We'll get to my point here in a second, but I honestly believe that the companies that will win long term won't be the businesses that automate the most. They're going to be the businesses that actually balance the technology, the automation. And here's the kicker that you're not hearing out there, the humanity. And it's the ones that'll do all of that together the best, because eventually like AI becomes accessible to everybody. At this point, I don't even know how many tools I have. 4 or 5 maybe subscriptions, and there's still more that I want to play with. Like I'm not at a shortage of being able to jump on anything that I want to be able to jump on and play with. So when AI is actually accessible to everybody, but your culture isn't, or your culture doesn't translate over, your trust doesn't, if your leadership doesn't, your human connection doesn't, those all become very big differentiators across you and your competitors and other businesses. And I think we're headed towards a future where the organizations that feel the most human may actually stand out the most. It might actually be the companies that go, yeah, we want to use AI to, take out the obvious things, right? Get the quick wins, get those mundane things that's taking a human 4, 5, 6 hours a day, repetitive, mind numbing. We don't need humans to do that. That is exactly what technology is for. You need a human to review the work, to make sure that the work looks accurate and make sure that that is checking out. But we don't need a human to actually click this button 2,000 times a day. Like we don't need that at the end of the day. And if your organization is encouraging the need for that, we have a lot of questions, and none of them are positive leadership thoughts. I'll just say that. My thinking with the humanality portion of this is at any point, think to yourself, do you, when you have a problem, call a company and go, man, I really hope that I talk to an AI bot and I hope that it just spits out the most robotic generic responses. Or, like I want to call a place and I want to get a little bit of information. I'm interested in a product. I really just need to get a little bit more behind it. Man, I really hope AI just sends me the FAQ article. I mean, so if you think about it from those perspectives, those companies that are eliminating entire division, like marketing, sales, whatever it is, are you that lost that you can't pick up on that if you go to basics, your basics, and go, man, I hope I flip my phone open and I have an automated message instead of I wish I could talk to Bob, Bill, Sally, whoever. We could have a real authentic conversation, and now we come out of this feeling much better on a connection level. Because I don't know about you, I don't connect with AI. I use AI to get proficiency gains. I use AI to be creative. I use AI like what I call it a multi-tool. I think of it as a tool belt, and I have a multi-tool that I can do a bunch of things with as a multi-tool. AI is a great multi-tool. AI is not a replacement for humans. The best assets that companies have are humans. The biggest investment that companies should make are in the humans. They're the ones who are going to figure out if you have good leaders, you have good workers, you have good whatever humans at that point, they're going to get handed this tool and they're going to think about the creative ways that they're going to be able to use it. And that's going to get you the competitive advantage over your competitor or the industry or whatever. Just AI isn't going to get you anywhere. Matter of fact, just shoving AI in, you're probably one of the 80% of businesses or AI project initiatives right now that are failing and they're not getting anywhere. But if you're one of the companies that gets that, it's a cybersecurity term. I say this all the time when I talk about cybersecurity. The best and worst assets in cybersecurity are your people because they're the ones who are going to expose you. But also, if you invest in them and you train them and you get them solidified, you give them all the means that they could possibly want, they're also going to become your best assets at that point from a cybersecurity initiative. If you take that over to an AI side of the equation, it's very, very similar. You teach them, you train them, you give them this tool, you let them think and get creative with it. They're going to be the differentiator between you, your competitor, the industry, and everything else. And if you think just jamming AI in there, set it, forget it, well, you're probably the company I'm watching right now that had all its data completely deleted with no backups. And now I'm watching for its survival at this point. What a horrible place to be. So I'll just end on this. AI is probably one of the most powerful technology shifts that we've ever seen. And I generally believe that it'll actually improve really everything if utilized appropriately at that point. But we have to stop acting like that humanity is the inefficiency that we're trying to remove because the leadership is what actually matters. The people matter, the culture matters, trust matters. And the businesses that forget that are going to create environments that'll likely just be totally inefficient. And at the same time, nobody will want to work in them or buy from them, quite frankly. So if this episode resonated with you, share it to anybody else with AI opinions, share it to leaders about what is actually happening with AI and businesses and where they're headed. So with that, this has been Decline Invite Short Notice. This could have been an email, but it wasn't. I'm the extroverted IT leader, Ryan Drumheller, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everyone.